But turning our focus back to that breaking news that we just brought to you, Teesta Setalvad's anticipatory bail application has been rejected by the Mumbai Sessions Court. Teesta had filed a petition following CBI raids on her house and offices. The social activist has been accused of misappropriating funds from her NGO. Vidya is on the phone line with us. Vidya, this is a huge setback for Teesta Setalvad. What does this mean for her?
Well, sir, it is a huge and it's quite reflected in what she actually addressed to the court immediately after the order. She told the court that she and her supporters were extremely aggrieved by the entire order, and she in fact said that the rejection of this anticipatory bail application for such a petty offence means that there are higher powers which are trying to eliminate us. The court, in fact, told her that she was doing a contempt of the court by saying something like that. But the court did not take any action, and immediately after that, she left the court with her lawyer.
Vidya, she has been claiming political vendetta. Bring us more details on that.
Well, she certainly has been saying that this entire case against her, that the CBI has now gotten after her, is extremely politically motivated, and according to her, this is being done to keep her away from the entire case that she has been carrying out in the 2002 Godha and rioting of Gujarat. And in fact, what she has been saying is that there are cases of Sakia Zafri and others that is now going to come up in the High Court in Gujarat, and the higher powers do not really want her to concentrate and help those people, and that is why this entire case has been put on her right now.
Vidya, do stay with me. I also have Sanket Upadhyay joining me from the newsroom. Sanket, let's just understand what this means for the activist Teesta Setalvad. It's clearly a setback for her. What can we expect in the days to come as far as she and her husband are concerned?
Well, there is a possibility that now the fact that she has now been accused of misappropriating funds, there is definitely trouble ahead for Teesta Setalvad. Now, what the police is actually going to do in terms of, an imminent arrest, what she will actually be, there will be, in fact, a trial. The only thing that is clear because of this court order is that her anticipatory bail plea has been rejected. Now, in legal terms, what this basically means is the police can carry out investigation in this matter, and if it feels that for the course of its investigation, it needs to take custody of Teesta Setalvad and her husband, then it can do that as well. Of course, Teesta Setalvad does reserve the right of appealing in a higher court, and that is an option which we have been told that she might exercise. And
Sanket, all through this, she has been claiming that this is a political conspiracy against her.
Absolutely, absolutely. She has been claiming that this is a political conspiracy against her. In fact, the Congress has also come out in her support where they feel that she is being victimized for being unfavorable to the government of the day. And that is why, from the fact that there is talk about her NGO being de-recognized to the fact that her anticipatory bail plea, has been rejected. All these things are in fact being raised by her as well as the government. But in this particular case, particularly, we have to keep in mind, Vedika, that this is not the government which has decided on her anticipatory bail plea. This is the court. So technically, that argument is not going to hold true as far as Teesta Setalvad and people who are batting for her are concerned. But definitely, the next course of action, as we have in fact heard in the past also, Teesta Setalvad and her husband are going to reserve the right of appealing in a higher court.
Sanket, also, only last week we reported how CBI officers were raiding her house and properties. Just take us through the charges level against Teesta Setalvad as well as her husband.
Well, the charges are very simple. The government of the day feels that there has been misappropriation of funds, which clearly means that the money that was meant for, the well-being of people that she was trying to help out in the form of her NGO, that money was not being used for the right purpose. That really was the case in a nutshell, in layman terms. Now, it is in this particular case where searches were carried out. That is a technical word or technical differentiation that the authorities in fact made, that searches were carried out to get in more information in this particular regard. It is then when Teesta Setalvad and her husband decided that they feared that there could be a possibility that the government of the day might be using, and this is an allegation, the government of the day might be using police forces against her. And in that particular matter, she actually approached the court for an anticipatory bail plea. That has now been rejected. So in this sense, that is going to be, this is going to be a huge setback for her.
All right, Sanket, we'll keep coming back to you for more, but these are the latest visuals we're getting to you of Teesta Setalvad. Let's just try and listen in to whether she reacts to the questions.
रुक जाए संदेश आराम से.
All right, that is activist Teesta Setalvad, who has just suffered a massive setback as far as the Mumbai Sessions Court is concerned. They have refused to grant her an anticipatory bail. That was the plea that she was seeking. This could also lead to a possible arrest. Well, as of now, Teesta Setalvad, we are being told, is in a huddle along with her legal counsel. She will be mulling the next step along with her husband, which possibly could be to challenge this decision in a higher court. In this case, it would be the Bombay High Court. But over the last few days, there have been searches and raids at her house as well as properties in the national capital, after which Teesta Setalvad has also claimed that she is surprised that those raids took place because she was cooperating with the CBI officials. In the latest, Teesta Setalvad, there's trouble ahead for her since her anticipatory bail plea has been rejected. Teesta Setalvad there on your screens. This is just moments after she has left the Mumbai Sessions Court. The activist now in trouble since that anticipatory bail plea of hers has now been rejected. Gaurav Sawant now joins me on the phone line. Gaurav, what does this mean for Teesta Setalvad? Is it possible that her arrest is imminent after those CBI searches conducted at her house, and now that the fact that she has been denied that anticipatory bail application plea?
Teesta's lawyers will immediately try and approach the Supreme Court to get a stay on this denial of anticipatory bail and try and seek anticipatory bail from the Supreme Court. That is what we are being told at this point of time. But yes, in case the CBI moves in quickly, then with anticipatory bail denial, she can be arrested. But Teesta's lawyers and those close to her claim that this is vendetta because they insist that they haven't broken any law, and this is in continuation, of what they claim is persecution and a witch hunt, which was initially, initiated by the Gujarat police, because they're saying that this is an economic offence for which we have provided all documents. The CBI, on the other hand, is insisting that this is an extremely serious crime and requires custodial interrogation because Teesta Setalvad and her husband are not, Javed Anand, are not cooperating with the investigations in this case. So while this is an economic offence case, this is almost like a multi-pronged attack that is happening, because the centre is also looking, according to sources, looking to de-recognize Teesta Setalvad's NGO. So there is a CBI probe, there is a Home Ministry probe, there is an FCRA violation that is being investigated. Sabrang Trust is alleged to have taken funds from foreign sources without declaring them. One of our NGOs is likely to be put, on a pre-watch that they need to take as permission before they can take funds from foreign agencies. So, trouble seems to be mounting for Teesta Setalvad and her husband Javed Anand.
And Gaurav, her options now limited.
Well, she can once again approach either she or her lawyers, like last time, they can approach the Supreme Court. They had done so in the past also. In fact, a very senior lawyer had made a plea virtually on a telephone in the Supreme Court, based on which, she was granted, there was a stay on her arrest. But what the government sources tell us, that this is not hounding of Teesta Setalvad, but the law finally catching up with her.
And through this entire incident and the case that has been slapped against her, Gaurav, she has been claiming that this is a conspiracy, and she perhaps also is paying the price of taking on Narendra Modi after 2002.
That is exactly what Teesta Setalvad and those close to her, they've been claiming. That they say that here's an activist who's relentlessly campaigning for justice, for those who were affected by the post Godhra riots, and she's being hounded out. But if you look at the charge sheet that's been filed against her, it's alleged that the money that was collected in the name of, Gujarat rights victims, it was spent on purchasing wine, buying romantic novels, hairstyling bills, in several foreign countries. So that this was misappropriation of funds. That's one part of the charge sheet. The second part of the charge sheet, the second part of the accusation is serious FCRA violations in seeking funds from foreign donors. In fact, at one point of time, she was called a threat to national security. So it remains to be seen how law decides either ways on this.
All right, Senior Editor Gaurav Samantha, thanks for bringing us up to speed with the latest. This is a huge setback for Teesta Setalvad. The Mumbai Sessions Court has, as of now, rejected her anticipatory bail plea. All eyes will be on the next step. We are expecting a word, at least from a legal counsel, in moments from now.